Hey everybody, this is John. Welcome to the free video, and what do we got cooking? So here are the Qs on a weekly chart and a daily chart. Now, there have been multiple times this year, and in fact, over the last couple of years, where it looked like the end was near and the markets were done. And the last 2 days has prompted a lot of those questions. Now, if we look at the Qs, then everything's normal. We popped up, and we've come down to the breakout point, which lines up with the tree line. The voodoo line, which lines up with the 21 period moving average. Keep in mind there's still a squeeze. So on that point of view, this is a great buying opportunity, and hey, we're going to new highs, okay? And when you're doing this, when you're playing this game, you've got to trying to predict when a trend will change can cost a lot of money, whereas just kind of keep doing what's been working in the past is fine until it doesn't work, as long as your entries are focused close to those changing points. You can play some stops. If you're wrong, not a big deal. If you're right, it ends up working really well. Okay, so if all of the indexes like this would be a super easy trade. Now, we'll get to that in a second, but on the Qs, if we're looking at things like this, what are stocks I like? I like Twilio. Now, Twilio is a little off and running, but you've got a squeeze. We're at new highs. If this is a super strong stock, we'll be able to hold today's lows and go into the 1272 extension, okay? And then another interesting one there is Priceline, where this is a stock that's also, it's got a monthly squeeze that's developing. It's in the middle of a weekly squeeze, and it's near all-time highs. Okay, so I like those stocks to the long side, but then this is also the kind of market where you want some short exposure, and the financials are getting destroyed, okay? And you can see there's JP Morgan, all the other financials are like that as well. And what this brings up is that while the Qs, i.e. the NASDAQ, looks just fine, you can see some red flags over here on the spiders. We've taken out the 21. We were never able to take out those highs. You can see on a daily chart, we just cannot continue, our weekly chart, continue forming a wedge here. Okay, so I would call the spiders bearish, the Qs bullish, handful of obviously stocks that are more technologically oriented bullish, but a lot of other stocks, namely financials, S&Ps in general, is bearish. So what do you do in this kind of a situation? Well, you simply have to play the setup that's in front of you, and that's going to mean having a sprinkling of both long and short setups. Betting everything long or betting everything short in this environment, not a good idea, okay? So that's what we got. The only other major breakout move that I'm looking at is based on oil, and this would obviously affect XLE, which is the energy sector, and a lot of the energy stocks. And you'll see here we've got this huge wedge setting up in the oil market. We also have actually a fairly big head and shoulders reversal setting up, and the potential here is for a big move to the upside. So keep an eye on that. We may have a situation where we have financials down, energy up, and that would give us more chop in the indexes. All right, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you at the next update.